Hi everybody, welcome back to Storytime with Grandma Kate. Today we're going to continue Junie B. Jones' Boss of Lunch with chapter 3. And this chapter is called Cookies. I cannot wait to see what kind of cookies they're going to talk about. Because if I could only eat one food for the rest of my life, it would be cookies. I was the first one done with my lunch. That's because eating hoagies takes forever, of course. I put my lunchbox away and looked at Herb's plate. It had 3 more foods to go. First, he had carrot sticks. Also, he had applesauce and a cookie. I leaned in closer. I think that's a sugar cookie, Herbert, I said. Sugar cookies are my favorites. Herb nodded. Yeah, me too, he said. I like sugar cookies too. I touched his cookie with my finger. Alone. That's gross, but oh well, that's Junie B. Yes, sirree, Bob, that's a sugar cookie, all right, Herb, I said. I didn't get a cookie at all today. My mother packed me a fruit bar instead. Oh, said Herb, well, fruit bars are good too. I tapped my fingers on the table, because Herb didn't even get my hint. What's the hint, you know? She wants that cookie, you're right. Yes, Herbert, I know that fruit bars are good, I said, but I really want a cookie today, and so I wish that you would just share that thing with me, and that's all. Herbert looked at me and shrugged. Why didn't you say so, he said. Then he broke his cookie in 2, and he handed me half. I gushed real happy. Oh, thank you, Herb, thank you, I said. After that, I stuffed the cookie right in my mouth. And I took a sip of Herb's milk. Herb's a nice guy to share his cookie with her. I would share cookies with Papa too. I would share cookies with you if you were over here at my house. Maybe we could even bake cookies someday and we could share them together. Lily, do you remember when we made sugar cookies at Christmas time and then we iced them? That's fun. We should look forward to doing that when we can. Yum, that tasted just like the cookies that Mrs. Gutzman used to bring to afternoon kindergarten, I said. I smiled at the thought of that woman. Gladys Gutzman was our snack lady last year, I explained to Herb. She used to bring us cookies and milk every week. I made my voice kind of secret. Only guess what, Herbert? Sometimes Mrs. Gutzman gave me 2 cookies instead of 1, I said, because I think I was her favorite person in room 9. Jose heard what I said. Hey, that must mean I was her favorite in room 8, he said, because sometimes Mrs. Gutzman gave me an extra one too. After that, me and Jose did a high five, because both of us were favorites, apparently. That woman was a gem, I tell you, I said. What do you mean she was a gem, Junie B, said Jose. She still is a gem. Mrs. Gutzman still works here, you know. What? I said, very surprised. Sure she does, said Herb. I met Mrs. Gutzman this year already. She works right there in the kitchen. I couldn't believe my ears. Really? I said. Really, really, really? Because if Mrs. Gutzman still works at our school, how come she hasn't brought us cookies and milk this year? Herb shrugged. I don't know, he said, but she still works here all right. In fact, we saw her just now when we were getting our hoagies. I put my hand over my mouth because that news was too good to be true. Jose laughed. If you don't believe us, go see for yourself, he said. I will, Jose. I will go see for myself, I said, real joyful. Then I jumped right out of my seat and I zoomed into the kitchen and I hollered and hollered for Mrs. Gutzman. And tomorrow we're going to read chapter 4 called Gladys. And I'm sure in this chapter she's going to see Mrs. Gutzman again. Do you remember when she told, if you've read this book, I think it was Junie B. Jones and a Little Monkey Business. When her mom was going to have Ollie, she had suggested Mrs. Gutzman as a name for him. Do you remember that? Isn't it so silly? But anyway, I look forward to reading chapter 4 for you in our next story time. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.